What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture program. Two-man booth right now. Brian's going to be joining us shortly. There's some jackhammering going on outside of his house, so we got tired of waiting for him, and we're just going to go ahead and start. How we doing today, guys? Pigtown, I see you're in here. Joe, Laura, what's up, guys? How we doing? Happy Tuesday. We got a couple days till opening day. Brooks, what's going on? What are you doing in the car?
Waiting in the what do you call it? The visitor lot or whatever for our parents to land. So
yeah, our folks are going to Indy to visit. I had to drive them to the airport this morning around 5:30 a.m. and they should be landing in Indy maybe an hour and a half, something like that. Something like that.
Probably.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be a fun little family affair for our parents going out to visit the kids, as they so call it. But yeah, that should be fun for you guys. Brian is finally joining, and we will welcome him to the show now. Hey, buddy.
Hey, it's like the city of Baltimore decides, all right, he's going to go live at 11. So at 10:58, we're going to start live jackhammering, digging up the fucking street right outside of his house. It's awesome. Sorry for being late. I had to abort and come out to St. Gerard's.
That's okay, man. We only missed like 2 minutes.
How does anybody work from home there?
Well, they dug it up. They dug up this, like, I don't know, maybe like 10 by 5 side of the street about a week ago. Now they're digging it up again. So obviously they fucked something up. So I don't know.
Gotta love that. Baltimore City construction. It will never end, and it never ceases to amaze us.
Now I'm gonna take a right turn from the left-hand lane. Haven't said that in a while. While coming up here, I got an ESPN notification, which I'm sure you guys did as well. One of the weirder ones I've ever seen in my entire life. Quadruple amputee pro cornhole player arrested for fatally shooting somebody in a car while driving.
So
there's a lot to unpack there.
I saw this yesterday, and there was some videos online of this guy shooting a gun. I'm gonna just butt out on this for the most part because I don't really know what's going on here. But yeah.
Not only is he a quadruple amputee, he's a professional pro cornhole player. He's driving and he's shooting people. This guy's talented and a dirtbag.
Yeah, what a way to start the show. I have no idea how to respond. I don't really know
why isn't that in our title?
That is if not the number one, it's in the top 5 of notifications I've ever received from ESPN.
I saw that I saw it pop up on my Twitter last night, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
I remember getting a notification one time, probably like 10 years ago. Remember Denard Shoelaces Robinson that went to Michigan, ended up going to the Jags as a running back? I remember getting an ESPN notification that I screenshotted, and it was on my phone for a long time. It was like Shoelaces Robinson found in car asleep in car sinking into retention pond or something to that effect. He like fell asleep and his car started sinking into a retention pond, and I was just like, what? Why? What?
How do you get there?
I don't know, man. Some strange notifications. That was another one that just made me think
I don't have it anymore, but I'm sure we all had it at one point or another. That like Citizen app for like crime, where if something was going on around your neighborhood. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Nah.
Okay.
I think that's a Baltimore City thing.
Yeah.
Shocking. We need it. But if like there was like a shooting or something, like you would get like a notification, say like shooting on Decker Street or something. Well, one notification I got, I was actually with Delaware Dave. We were somewhere, we might be golfing or something like that. And it goes, naked men running around with knives, breaking into houses. And Del goes, let's go join them.
Sounds like a party.
Naked man with knives.
Maybe he was just cooking, you know?
Well, multiple of them. A lot of naked chefing going on.
Yeah.
Apparently, he asked his friends to help him get the body out of the car. They said no, so he drove off and dumped the body in a yard later and left.
How did he drive?
Car. How did he shoot the gun, Bri?
I should be laughing because he killed somebody.
Yeah,
this is just the most ridiculous thing ever.
It's crazy story, and it's not. Yeah, man. Shoo. All right,
let's move on. Making headlines, baby.
Let's move on.
Yeah, dude. Shit.
We've got opening day right around the corner, Thursday. Gonna see a bunch of friends at the yard. I will not be able to make it up there this year, unfortunately. But I'm sure a whole lot of the Huckleberries and some guys you've probably seen on this podcast are going to be heading that way. Brian, you going to a game this weekend? You usually like to save yourself for the weekend. Game.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go next week. I'm not gonna go. I got to work Thursday, and normally I go to opening night, which is going to be Saturday night, but I got to work as well. So I'll probably go either Monday or Tuesday next week.
And Saturday's not even a night game either. It's 4:00 start, so it's
okay.
Yeah, so all three of the first games are early. So yeah, I don't know. Are we at home for the second series? I haven't looked that far into. The
I think it's Minnesota and Texas.
Oh, okay, all right. Wow, we'll probably see Jack later. Maybe Kumar Rocker.
I think it's Minnesota. I know it's Minnesota, and then I think it's Texas.
Speaking of Texas, I saw a cool thing last night at the bar. There was not really much sports to watch last night, so I had the MLB Network game on, which was Rangers-Royals. And Skip Schumacher, I'm sure you guys have seen this now, came out to the mound to tell one of the young guys that he had made the roster.
Oh, no.
It was a mound visit, so he thought he was getting pulled. The head coach comes out, and he goes out and tells him, "Hey, man, you made the team." So that was really cool. I saw.
That's cool.
I like that. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Carter Baumler is the guy's name. So yeah, he was pitching last night. That game was all right to watch. The TGL finals were kind of fun to watch last night, but
who
there's
won?
not really much else going on. So Jupiter was winning most of the game, but LA came back and won. But it's a 3-game set, and actually we've got some news on that. El Tigre, Tiger Woods, is going to be returning to golf tonight. He's playing in both games 2 and 3, if game 3 is necessary, of course. So we'll see him. I think this will lead to rampant speculation of him at Augusta, which has already been kind of going on. I think this is him trying to maybe just pop his name back in there and say, like, hey, I'm going to be out there and I'm going to give it a go. I don't necessarily know how good he's going to look. He seems like he can't really walk all that much, but he always says he can hit the golf shots. It's just the walking up and down the course that's a problem for him.
And that's the hardest. The hardest part of Augusta is the hills. I mean, I've never been, and we've never been, but apparently it's an extremely hilly course.
Yeah. I mean, the way it even looks on TV, and I know TV doesn't do it justice, but people always say it's like the most grueling walk. If you go there and get the pass for the day, you're like exhausted at the end because you want to see everything. Number one, and number two, it's just walking up and down hills all day. It's just not fun.
No.
But yeah, it would be great to do it there. But yeah, it would be sweet to see. It'll be awesome to see Tiger Woods hit the golf ball tonight. See what kind of speeds he has, and potentially if he's ready to ramp up to play Augusta in a couple weeks, which I can't believe is right around the corner.
This obviously will make TGL's ratings go through the fucking roof.
Yeah, it should. I would hope so.
I think that's the idea.
I think that was the game plan.
Yeah,
Jupiter almost didn't make the playoffs. Now they're in the championship. Now I'm not saying there's any cheating going on, but this just seemed like it was a little bit planned.
Yeah. Also, there's
absolutely
nothing on TV unless you want to watch the Elite Eight of the NIT, which I don't think I do. Or anybody does. We've got MLB baseball returning tomorrow night on Netflix. Is game 1, Yankees and Giants. They've already announced Barry Bonds is going to be on the broadcast in some capacity. Jameis Winston was announced to be on this broadcast as well.
Whoa,
Jameis is that's hilarious. He was drafted by somebody back in the day in baseball.
Who was?
I can't remember exactly who.
He wasn't a bad pitcher at Florida State. I think he was our closer. Or at least
did he play every year? He didn't play his last year, right?
I don't know. I definitely watched him in one game. I don't remember what year it was. Like what year was there?
Biggest news over the over last night, and I guess over the course of the weekend, baseball wise, as Pete Crow Armstrong got an extension from the Cubs. Reports are kind of limited in terms of the numbers. I saw 6 years and over 100 million, but we don't have any like locked on numbers. But that's good for the Cubs. They get him signed through arbitration and locked down until his age 30 season. He turns 24 this week. Turns 24 tomorrow.
Wouldn't surprise me if you see the deal look almost similar to Jose Ramirez. It's like 175. That would probably. He's a good ball player. He's an all-star. He's young.
He's a kid, yeah. And they're locking him in. I like the deal. I think Pete Crow Armstrong is a freaking awesome player. He's clearly talented with the glove and athletic. If he figures out how to be more consistent with the bat, I know the second half numbers were not nearly as good as the first half last year. But yeah, I think it's still a good. I was going to say yesterday, and then I meant last year. I don't know. It's tough. I've been up since like 4:45 in the morning. Give me a break. I'm not used
drinking
to this.
already. Why were you up that early?
I had to take my parents to the airport. They're on their way to go visit Brooks. That's why he's sitting in the freaking cell phone lot in the Indy airport right now. I also read an interesting article on MLB Trade Rumors that John Heyman. They were talking about a John Heyman post where he talked about how the Orioles did offer Gunnar Henderson an extension during the last spring that he turned down, I guess, last year. We know Scott Boras is his agent. I'm sure they're eyeing up that free agency, potentially getting the highest free agent shortstop contract of all time. And, hopefully that's going to be with the Orioles. But it's nice to hear that we're at least offering those extensions. I know a lot of people are frustrated that we haven't locked a lot of these guys down. We did a lockdown Basayo, but if we're out there offering and they don't want to accept it, there's not really much we can do. It was a large extension that he turned down, was over $300 million. See, that's a lot. That is a lot of money. I'm wondering over how many years.
Yeah. And look, the agent works for the player. So I'm in the camp too that Scott Boras is the super agent. He likes to, and the proof's in the pudding. He likes to wait till the end of people's contracts in order to get them a new deal. But if Gunnar Henderson really wanted to sign a $300 million contract, he could tell Scott Boras, "I'm fucking signing it."
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. I mean, I see Burns. He basically did that one with Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
you don't want the most money. I just want to, go where my family's comfortable. I think it would look similar to the Bobby Witt deal, which I think is like 285 something like that million. But the thing with that deal is that after he turns 30, the Bobby Witt contract, at least, I think he's 25 now. After he turns 30, those turn into player opt-outs for like 3 straight years, and then it'll be team opt-outs after that. So I think it would be structured sort of like that, where it's almost really like a 4 or 5 year deal, which is how most of these contracts are structured anyway. If you remember back to the Manny Machado deal, it was like that. It was a 10-year deal, but after 5, he opted out, got another 10 years. And after 5, he might opt out again.
I wish we could know, like, if the Orioles go to Boras and Gunnar and be like, okay, blank, like, what's your wish list here? What do you want? Like, what's your dream scenario here? So like that can be put out public. Obviously they'll probably say something astronomical like $750 million, right? Like it's going to be something like that's ridiculous. I get that, but I just wish maybe we have asked. I don't know. Who knows?
What do you guys hold on, I lost my train of thought.
You're on one today.
I got it back. Do you think that you guys need to calm down. Do you guys think no, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do.
If you give us a crack, man, we're gonna fucking blow through the wall, man. Come on,
fair.
you know
That's
us.
fair.
It's how all 3 of us are.
What do you think the players are thinking right now in terms of maybe trying to lock down these long-term contracts before this collective bargaining stuff happens this offseason? I think there's going to be a lot of owners pushing for maybe a salary cap. I know the players probably aren't going to budge on that. That's why we're going to have a lot of these talks. Do you think that some of these players might benefit from just signing a longer term deal and getting it locked down before this happens? Because potentially, if they put a cap on something, I know the players don't want that, but if they end up doing it, maybe these numbers aren't going to look anywhere near as high as they're looking right now.
I think that's the safe play, right? If I'm a player that has anybody's caliber that's worth extending for a long period of time, that's going to get paid a lot, I'm going to say, okay, we can do this deal, but I want opt-outs after starting next year, because I mean, if I agree to something less than what I think I'm worth, or what I think the market's going to be, then I want the opportunity to say, hey, I did this just to shore it up. I want opt-outs for year 2, 3, or 4, whatever it is. I want opt-outs in the near future, so so if there's not a salary cap, I can go test the market again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, nothing that I think we've talked about this a little bit here and there before, over the course of last baseball season. I agree with everything Brooksy said, and basically I have the same opinion that I had back then.
I think that's the safe play if you're a player, at least, to do it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the $300-400 million contracts are still going to be given regardless, but that Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani $700 million deal, I don't think you're going to see quite as many of those. And I think Kyle Tucker was expecting to get one of those, and he didn't get it. Vladdy got I think what was it, $600 million last year. But Toronto's got all kinds of money. It's just so much money flying around. It's so hard to keep track. Sometimes
somehow Toronto got worse and spent a bunch of money.
Brooks, when we do our season preview, you're gonna have to give that Toronto hot take some more life and some more body. We're gonna have to hear that whole thing.
I'm kind of jumping on board with him, but this is Brooksy's baby to fucking take home. But I'm definitely gonna be jumping on this bandwagon.
That's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be my hot take there. But Toronto's so weird, right? They could be one of these teams that finishes first or second in the division, or they could finish fourth or fifth. I don't really know.
They have a wide range of outcomes kind of team.
Yes.
I mean, you can say that about mainly any team other than the Dodgers, really. I mean, look, the Orioles are probably in that same boat. Look what happened last year, right? So,
that's all injury related, yeah.
Injury related, and also, the division is just fucking good this year.
But I mean, if the division stays healthy, if Toronto stays healthy, even if they stay healthy, I still think there's just a huge swing of what can happen with Toronto. Whereas if the Orioles stay healthy, I think we're going to be in at least the top 3, right? I mean, last year and a half with all the injuries. I mean, we'll get into it in our season preview on Thursday, our opening day stuff, but I just don't see. I knock on wood here. This is the healthiest we've been going into a season in a while. So
yeah, we're not 100% sure what's going on with Dylan Beavers. I would assume if he's going to be out, it would be for maybe like a series. But I think other than that, everyone is, knock on wood, pretty healthy. Kittredge doesn't look like he's going to be starting the season healthy either. But those are not as big of a deal as some of the other guys. Of course, Holiday and Westbrook we've known about for a while. Holiday should be back in a couple weeks, I would think.
Yeah. I think he only misses he's probably only going to – have they put him on an IL? Is he on the 10-day IL or something?
I would imagine he'll end up there if he's not yet, because I don't think they've cut down to 25 yet. I think they have today to do that, right?
I'm also wondering if he's going to start the first day. Is he – I don't know. I kind of feel like he's only going to miss a couple series.
Yeah. Big news this weekend. Dean Kramer has been optioned to AAA. I believe this is his last option. Unfortunate for him that he had an option. He has been the guy who's taken the ball the most over the course of the last 2 years. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but I think that's true. For the Orioles, started the most games, most consistent in terms of actually going out there and throwing. He's going to start the year in the minors, which is unfortunate for Dean. But we know we'll see Dean back up. You're not getting through an MLB season these days with less than 7, 8, 9 starters.
I think he's Dean in like 3 weeks. I can see him up in 3 weeks. And
there's a lot of
starting.
Yeah.
Even if he's not starting, he could be the long reliever.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Rangers. No, I almost said Ranger Suarez. Kind of what Albert Suarez did for us a couple years back.
Yeah, or Tyler Wells, we've seen him do that a little bit of that too.
Honestly, I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's that we're able to send him down. That just tells me that Eflin is like close to, if not 100% ready to go and built up and feels great. I mean,
they
'cause we
must
thought he
they
was-
must be confident in him. They've said that he's the fifth starter, like he's locked in, right?
agreed.
And-
I mean,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say agreed. Like if he's gonna, because I was under the impression and I thought that they would slow play him a little bit and let him get a couple more starts
Mhm.
down in the minors or something like that. So I mean, he must feel great and they must feel really confident in what they saw in spring training to give him the ball there. So and what a great, I mean, it sucks, like you said, it sucks for Dean, but it's a good problem to have because we haven't had the problem of not enough spots for too many guys in a long time. So
Yeah.
Every time I hear someone bitch about something going on with this Orioles team, I always think back to that. Like I can't remember. I think Pigtown pulled it off the one time. It was like the 2009 Orioles or whatever it was. That was a AAA lineup. Like it was bad.
Yeah. I just want to show this little graphic. This is the Orioles rotation last year versus this year. You'll see, of course, the difference. Zach Eflin going from the number 1 guy to the number 5 guy in the rotation. Rogers gets healthy. Bradish gets healthy. Charlie Morton is gone. Kramer, we just talked about in the minors. Povich right behind him in AAA. And Sagano is now in Colorado. The rotation, I know, once again, a lot of people were frustrated we didn't add that true top end of the rotation guy. I mean, it looks a hell of a lot better.
Those top three are top end of the rotation guys.
And you can argue that we did add one of those top of the rotations guys because, boy, I know I don't want to overreact to one game, but boy, did Shane Baz impress me the other day pitching. I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago. It's Baz.
Is it Baz or Baz? Okay.
I thought it's Baz. I think you're going to hear a lot of people say it a lot of different ways, especially in Baltimore. And Dundalk, it's going to be Baz.
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
That bad.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. But, dude, that guy, he was consistently hitting 99 on the gun. His stuff was pretty nasty. I think Brooks has been talking about it since we traded for him. He thinks he's a breakout candidate. And, we don't know. We had the full healthy season last year, and it seems like he's got the stuff. I'm excited. I think the rotation looks a lot better than it did last year. I'm still worried about the bullpen. If I had my biggest worry about the Orioles is the bullpen. I like the lineup. I like the rotation as it stands. And that rotation in AAA. I mean, we've got Kramer and Povich, guys who have had legitimate chances run in the MLB to come up if we need them. We've got a lot of options, like we've talked about. So
it's nice to have Kramer as the spot start guy instead of like
Brandon Young.
Brandon Young or Chase McDermott or whoever it is. Like even in years past when it was Albert Suarez, I know he did a great job, but I mean, you're getting a true number 5 guy on a lot of teams that's going to be your spot starter, which is awesome. Slash, if a guy needs an extra week of rest, he can, or if a guy needs a short little IL stint because he's got a little sore shoulder, elbow, whatever. So.
Yeah. Do we think Basayo's in the opening day lineup? I think he's probably DHing, hitting in the bottom of the lineup, right? Facing a righty. I think most times we're facing a righty, he's probably going to be in the lineup, I would think.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Which is exciting. We get to talk about this. We get to complain. We're going to get to complain about Albernez's lineups / Elias's lineups if we want to really believe what's going on here. But it's going to be a fun season regardless. Once again, if you guys want to get like a more in-depth breakdown of what we think is going to go on this season, check out our Thursday show. We'll go through each division, pick our winners for the divisions, and maybe go through potential winners of the MVP, that kind of stuff. Today, though, we're going to do our Homer draft, which we did last year, and it was a ton of fun. Each of us takes 5 guys. In in snake draft order to hit the most home runs this season. Whoever wins gets to make the other two do something stupid. I can't really remember what we did last year. What did we do last year? Or did we do anything?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Maybe we need to have more stakes.
Yeah.
We need to come up
I
with
think-
stakes early.
I think I owe something because I came in last.
I won. Brian and I were kind of tight, and then I pulled away, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
let's do this. Between now and let's say the end of next week, we gotta come up with a punishment. And it could be 40 hands again. I mean, that was kind of fun.
40 hands, dude. Yeah, final last year was me. I had 177 between my 5 guys. That's an average of over 35 homers per. That's pretty good. Brooks had 131. He was in last, and Brian had 166. Brooks got really hurt because his number 1 overall pick was Yordan Alvarez, who only had 6 homers last year. Got hurt. But he did take Aaron Judge 5th overall. Don't think he's going to make it that far in this year's draft,
No.
but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, what the hell were we doing?
What were we doing?
I do not know. But we were going to go in order of last year's finishers. So, Brooks, unfortunately for you, you're going to be going last here. Brian, you're going to go second, and I'm going to go first. And before we do our snake drafts, what do we normally do?
Play the best damn music in town.
I wish it was like 4 seconds longer.
I know.
We can make it longer.
Dusty, I was actually talking about Foy's bachelor party where that picture of you completely passed out with your phone out like this.
Yeah, I'm wearing
We'll talk
actually
about
the
that the other day.
same sweatshirt that I was wearing in that picture. Yeah. It was
All I
almost a
gotta
lot of
say
wine.
is-
It was
all I
almost a
gotta
lot of
say
wine
is
on this.
You're lucky that sweatshirt still has sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are lucky. We were trying to take it off with a butter knife.
I got this sweatshirt at Modell's in Arundel Mills Mall probably
Ooh.
10, 15 years ago.
There's a name you haven't heard in a while. Modell.
Yeah,
Are they still in
Modell's.
business?
I
I don't
doubt
think
it,
so.
right? Sports Authority,
they went bankrupt.
Modell's. I don't think there's much of that stuff going on.
All I know
anymore.
is Dick's Sporting Goods is still definitely around because I've seen a lot of commercials for him now.
I will share this briefly, unless you guys want me to keep it up. These are the guys who are projected to be the top home run hitters via DraftKings. So
Probably, 'cause
for
I'll
the
forget.
season, Aaron Judge is the favorite. Otani right behind him. Behind them is Schwarber, Rowley, Nick Kurtz, Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, Junior Caminero, and so on and so forth. Eugenio down here at 45-1. Mike Trout way down here. Pasquantino, I can see him having a big year. James Wood at 150-1. That guy hits nukes. But
See,
anyway,
that's-
these are the guys. Good.
Oh, go ahead.
ahead,
You're fine.
No. I'm just, I just that these are the guys that are expected to be at the top. And it's hard to argue. Pete Alonso, tough with that wall out in left field, but the guy hits tanks every single year. And return to form out of Yordan Alvarez could potentially happen. A lot of stuff could go on.
I think Brooks should just default. Yordan Alvarez defaults to Brooks.
No.
I am going to go ahead and take Aaron Judge first overall in this draft. It's between Judge and Otani for sure. I mean, if they both play full healthy seasons, I think they're both hitting close to 50 homers, if not more. But I'm just going to take Judge just because, I don't know, because he's so fucking good. I don't really think there's not really much to explain.
And then you know my pick then. So you obviously I'll take Otani.
You're going to take Shohei, which leaves Brooks with a decent little wraparound opportunity here if he wants to get
Give
some
me
fun going.
Yeah, give me Schwarber
Mm-hmm.
and
Schwarber was your guy last year, I think. Or no,
yeah.
maybe it was Brian's.
It was my guy.
Schwarber wasn't mine, yeah.
It was mine.
And I'll take Alonso since new ballpark. Wants to prove something to the Mets. I feel like, and
And he
live up to
plays.
his contract. He plays every day. I mean,
And he
knock on
plays.
wood.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Underrated point.
You
Yeah,
have to
I was-
play
and that was
the
gonna be-
game.
That was going to be my pick too. I was going to take Alonso.
All right. I like it. Big
You love
Dumper gets skipped over a little bit there. Brian, you going to continue to let
Well,
the Big Dumper
that-
fall down the board, or are you
No,
going to
that
take
was
him?
it was between Alonso and Dumper because I thought Brooks was going to go Dumper, so I will take the Big Dumper.
All right, Big Dumper off the board. There you go, Barletta. Your boy is off the board. Cal Raleigh.
Who took Kyle Raleigh
Um,
last year?
Nobody.
Nobody. He was. I mean, I'm not going to say he was a no name,
Well,
but he
he was
wasn't
a-
like he
He
wasn't
hit
like
30. He
high
hit
up
30
on the
homers the year before, but yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of our guys. And also catchers, you just don't think like they're not going to get as many at bats, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. I see Juan Soto's name still on the board. As much as I dislike that guy, as a person, I think he's a great baseball player. Give me Juan Soto. I don't think he's going to be stealing 40 bags this year. I think he's going to be hitting 45 homers.
Okay.
And I will take the young fella still playing out there in that minor league ballpark in Las Vegas, Sacramento, wherever. Give me Kurt's common Nick. I just think that guy's electric. He's young. I assume he's going to stay healthy. He's certainly going to get to play every day, and he plays in a little league field. So, give me Kurtz for the team athletics.
You guys, the Triple A's. You guys are picking me off because that was gonna be my next pick.
There's a couple A's you can take though, because like there's a couple A's that kind of hit nukes.
Yeah,
Soderstrom, Rooker.
Good. No, you're not kidding. All right, well, in that case, I'm gonna go with the. Just gonna go with my old steady Eddie guy. I'm gonna go with Mr. Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. It's hard not to take him because he's so consistent. He's so consistent.
Exactly what you're getting. I'm getting 30 to 38 home runs.
Yeah.
30 to 38. He's going to be there. He plays. I'm taking it.
Yeah. I mean, can't hate on that at all. That guy's a stud. So consistent.
It's like the floor for him is so low. I mean, so high, I should say. Sorry.
It's so high,
yeah.
I'm going to go with Junior Caminero.
I like it. Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays is moving back into an actual field in the Trop, but it did hit 45 tanks last year as like a 23-year-old. So, yeah.
And I'm going to take. Give me Gunner, man. He's got so much more protection this year. He's got so much more. I mean, I think you'll get a guaranteed 30 to 35 out of him, but I mean, I think his ceiling's over 40 for sure.
I thought he was going to fall to me. I'm kind of upset about that. That's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Okay, I don't know how this guy's still dancing. You give me Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
He takes the big Vladdy Daddy, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and I can't blame him. That guy's a stud. And coming off what he did in the postseason last year, I can't imagine he's going to slow down one bit. Matt Olson hits a ton of home runs every other year. Last year, he only hit like 29. So I'm going to take Matt Olson. I think he was on my team last year. And he's another guy. He just plays. I think he's played in like 1,000 straight games or something like that.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, it's not that, but it's in like the 700s, I think.
Yeah. And then I feel like we should have had to take one long shot. You know what? I'm going to take one long shot. Give me James Wood down there at 150 to 1. I just think that guy's got so much pop. There's not really much room or not really much around him in that lineup, which kind of scares me a little bit.
Did you see they sent down Dylan Cruz too?
Did they really?
Yeah.
Really?
I did not. No, I did not see that. Yeah, I don't know. Ronald Acuna being there is really tempting, but give me James Wood down the board. Let's have a little fun. I got a lot of lefties.
I'll do a long shot pick, and I'm going to make it a homer pick. Give me Jackson Holiday.
Wow! Starting the season on the IL, not known as a power guy. He's taking him anyway. Jackson
Give it to
Holiday.
me. I want a homer to root for, man.
Should have taken Posado.
True.
Taylor Ward.
Ooh. All right, can I take it back and take Posado?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take Posado. I'll take Posado. Yeah.
All right, Samuel Basayo is more fun probably in a homer draft than Jackson Holiday is.
That's one a long shot.
Yeah, he's certainly a long shot.
Yeah.
Dusty, read off me a couple of those. I can't really see it.
For long shots or just for anybody?
You guys took long shots.
So
give
the
me some
top
long
guy.
shots.
Okay, well, Tatis and Acuna are the top couple guys on the board that aren't long shots. I would say anybody past 101 is a long shot. Vinny Pasquantino, Austin Riley, Roman Anthony, Manny Machado, Kyle Tucker, Jazz Chisholm, Corbin Carroll, Shea Langoliers, Seiya Suzuki.
I'll tell you what,
Santander.
Brooksy, I'm not making a pick for you, dude, but Roman Anthony's the first name that jumped out to me as a long shot.
Riley Green's 201. That guy hit almost 40 last year. PCA is on here. Ellie De La Cruz is on here.
Give me Manny. Give me Manny.
Manny? Yeah, Manny's another guy who plays a lot, and you know what you're going to get. You're pretty much getting 30 homers almost guaranteed, right?
30 to 35 every year, so give me him.
Incredibly consistent. All right.
Unless he twists his knee running over first base. Seems to be his downfall. It's been a while since that's happened, but I mean, I think he did that with both knees, right? He put them both over first base.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. No, all right. Bobby Witt is still on the board. I mean, that's our draft. Top guy's still on the board. Tatis, Eugenio, Jordan, Brent Rooker, J-Rod, Devers, Acuna.
Eugenio is possibly a big miss.
Yeah, he did hit almost 50 last year. But going back to Cincinnati, which is also kind of a bigger place, not as easy to hit there.
No, it's not. I thought it was small.
Isn't Cincinnati? Is Cincinnati? It's either really easy to hit or really hard to hit there. I can't remember. Either way,
I think it's a hitter's park.
That is our homer draft. I will remind you of the teams now, and we will update you guys throughout the season intermittently how they're doing. I got Aaron Judge and 4 lefties, but I'm cool with it. I got Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Kurtz Nick, Matt Olson, and James Wood.
Nick.
Yeah. Brian got Shohei Ohtani, Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, Jose Ramirez, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and Samuel Basayo.
I like that team. I will take that team.
Kyle Schwarber, Pete Alonso, Junior Caminero, Gunnar Henderson, and Manny Machado. I like all of them. I like all those teams.
Watch Jordan come out and hit fucking 55.
Brian took 2 straight switch hitters. Not a lot of switch hitters get taken in homer drafts in general. But
if we didn't do the long shot, if the long shot recommendation wasn't made, I was definitely taking Jordan, and I would just rub it in your face every single time you hit a home run.
I mean,
have a bounce back here. He's too good not to if he stays healthy. But he's always had problems with injuries, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 45 again this year. I mean,
yeah.
Christ. I'm not making that mistake twice in a row.
All right, before we move off of baseball and onto March Madness, I got one little trivia question for you. We all know that Joe DiMaggio has the longest hit streak in Major League Baseball history at 56 games. Do we know who has the longest hit streak in college baseball history?
Oh, I do.
DJ LeMahieu. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
It's either Tino Martinez or there's some.
You're in there. You're in the right era, and maybe on the same team in a couple of years.
Will Clark.
Maybe. No, it's not Will Clark.
I know this. Oh, fuck me.
Jay Buhner.
No.
I'm throwing shit against the wall here.
I'll give you a hint. He went to Oklahoma State.
Robin Ventura?
Robin Ventura is correct.
Yes. As soon as you said that, I knew. Yeah.
Robin Ventura.
58-game hitting streak. 58-game hitting streak.
Man, holy shit.
I think Tino was right behind him, I believe.
It might, yeah, he might be up there. I didn't look at the leaderboard, but I
think
saw that
two-
and I was like, oh, good for Robin Ventura. He was a great player, but just kind of forgotten a little bit. I kind of remembered by getting the shit kicked out of him by Nolan Ryan. It's kind of how I remember him.
Well,
he
might. I
was
also
an
remember
awesome
the
player.
stat. I remember the stat. He had the most grand slams in a career. Now that might have been broken since in the last couple of years, but he had like 12 or 15 grand slams.
I thought that was
Oh.
A-Rod. I thought that was A-Rod.
A-Rod might have broke the record, but it was definitely Ventura.
Well, I typed in most grand slams, and it turns out it's actually Novak Djokovic.
Fair. It did not
Not wrong.
specify. It did not specify.
Oh man, it's A-Rod at 25, Luke Gehrig at 23. Robin Ventura is fifth, tied with
25?
yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Mayor Ramirez had 21, Eddie Murray had 19, and Willie McCovey and Robin Ventura are tied for fifth with 18.
So he
Singles-
averaged what?
yeah.
1.1
active. Had to
grand
be
slams
active
a
play.
year.
He played from 94 to 2016, so 22 seasons. So he averaged more than one a year.
That's nuts.
Active leader is Manny Machado with 14. Single season record tied. Don
nuts.
Mattingly and Travis Hafner both hit 6 grand slams in the same season. Travis
I don't know.
Love
20.
that guy.
Travis Hafner. 25 is very impressive and a wild stat. I think what's even wilder is Fernando Tatis, not junior, senior.
Yeah.
Hit 2 grand slams in the same inning.
Yep.
Inning.
Yeah.
He did. Dodger
That's
Stadium.
crazy.
Dodger
Before we
Stadium.
move, before I forget this fact, I believe Don Mattingly has tied for the record for most in a season. I don't think he hit another grand slam his entire career after that season.
Really?
That's crazy.
Wow.
25 grand slams though. A-Rod got 100 ribbies just from grand slams.
That's nuts. That's
Good math.
nuts.
That's crazy.
Quick math.
Quick math. What did you guys think about the way the stadium looked on TV the other day? It's cool that they play the Nats in the home and away real quick before the season. I saw that the pure wager thing under the scoreboard in center field looks interesting. I wonder how that looks on the inside.
I was gonna talk to you guys about that. Now I didn't get a chance to see the game yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to see the new stadium stuff. But the pure wager thing is that. And by the way, I loved whoever sent in our baseball group chat sent that little. It's probably Foy or something. He's always on Twitter. That was a nice little camera work with. I guess they had someone go through with a drone or just some guy going through with a camera, but. Looks pretty sweet in there. Is that public or is that private for corporate shit? Do we know?
The center field bar?
The one that's now underneath the scoreboard.
I mean, I think from everything I've read, seen, it
seems
looks like
public.
that's just an open bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems public. Which is it's interesting. They also Rockabako on Twitter 30 minutes ago putting up video of the new sound system at the yard. Hopefully that's improved because that's been a complaint of a lot of Orioles fans for a long time.
Long time.
One
hopefully that's much
odd
improved.
thing that I saw on Twitter the other day that from somebody who was at the game, there was no siren after the home runs. Which is odd. So I don't know if that's gone
Interesting.
or if that's just something they haven't uploaded into the system yet or whatever it is. I don't know.
They're probably gonna
I
be
mean-
working out kinks. That's why these games. That's why these exhibition games also help out so much. They can work out some stupid kinks.
Yeah. I also saw that they
Because, I mean-
switched the Orioles to the left side of the scoreboard as opposed to the right, and people were mad
Did
about
see
that
that.
on Twitter.
Did see
It
that.
doesn't
Well-
matter at all, but people get mad about it because
You're
it's
gonna
Yeah.
Well, I
anything
like
that
this.
changes.
I like this because this goes back to something. One of the dustyisms is that we can only drink beer with our left hand because that's the win column. We couldn't drink beer with your right hand because that's the loss column.
no, I do not remember that.
Yeah, this is a way back. This is back in Lighthouse days. This is back in the
Oh,
Lighthouse
man.
days. Yeah.
That
I don't
makes
remember
sense.
that. I do remember we used to play a game called Buffalo where you could only
Yep.
drink out of your left hand.
Yeah.
Why was it called
That's
Buffalo?
I don't know.
I think it was because I think it's specifically called Buffalo so that people ask exactly the question you just asked.
Okay.
Why is it called Buffalo? I don't think there's really an answer, but it's not.
I don't know.
I was watching a Bob Does Sports video with Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Bills, and he had played the same game with the same name. So it's not like it's just our friend group that knows it.
Okay.
Like, so people must know what it is, but yeah, it's weird.
First time I played that, maybe it's the football thing, because first time I played and was told about this was the Boyle brothers down in Ocean City and got me all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you drink
drink
beer
beer?
dominant hand.
Actually.
Is it drink beer, or are you drinking shots, or is it whatever you want to drink?
Anything you're drinking, if you're using your dominant hand, if somebody calls Buffalo, you have to chug it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Buffalo.
It could be anything.
Brian's a lefty.
No, I'm a righty. I'm
No,
bat left-handed. I'm right-handed dominant.
We did a bracket, guys. We are in 11.
Wait, how we doing?
We're in 11,404,000th place. 58.6%. I don't know what that means. Is that in comparison to everyone else, or just in terms of game wins percentage, whatever?
I think it's a percentage.
Yeah. Troy over Nebraska, not our best pick that we've ever made.
We were having fun with it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well,
UNC
to pick every upset. So.
UNC taking Illinois out in the round of 32 after they lost in the round 1. That was also a pretty bad one there. We did pick Santa Clara,
good upset, though.
Yeah, we did pick High Point, right? High Point was our best upset.
Hold on. Nate just texted me. He goes, "I wonder if your house with a vag," and you weren't there.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well, Nate,
so
if you're
funny.
picking Rooster right now, they started jackhammering outside my house right before we started, so I had to come up to St. Gerard. So my bad, dude. My bad.
Oh my god,
That's great.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, we did have High Point. That was a fun little upset that we picked there. And
I was at the bar for the High Point game with Randy actually, and the bar was going nuts. Like on obviously a Thursday afternoon at 2:00. It was awesome.
Yeah. That game was incredible, and I love that the guy who had never made a 2-point basket the whole season he made the game-winning layup, which is crazy.
Someone's banging on the club door. I'm going downstairs real quick. I'll be right back. It's probably the liquor delivery.
Oh, all right.
It's probably Nate.
It's probably Nate with a badge, yeah. But yeah, any other upsets that we picked? No, not really. I think we did okay on the first round of games. The problem was the second round of games didn't go quite as well.
Florida losing really screwed up a lot of people's brackets.
Yeah,
ours.
Florida losing is a big hurt. We had them in the Final Four. We actually had them in the championship.
Yeah, I'm in the championship. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's tough. We did get the top, the East region. We have completely correct, which is pretty much just chalk plus the Johnnies. And then we only missed one game on the. Gonzaga. Brooks, do you want me to give you your flowers on Gonzaga losing in the second round, or what do you need? Good job. Brooks called it. Gonzaga loses in the second round. They pretty much do it every other year. And
they either lose in the second round or the championship game, it feels like.
Yeah.
Just about.
We had UVA going pretty far. We had UVA going to the Elite Eight. They lost in the second round to Tennessee. Surprising. Thought that they were going to be a better team than that.
The fighting Bruce Pearls, huh?
What has been your biggest surprise of the tournament, or your biggest, most notable story, or any player that you've watched that you really jumped off the screen, anything like that?
I'm trying to think. I mean, but best player you can say is Acuff or whatever.
Yeah,
he's been just kind of ho-hum doing the same thing he's done all year. My biggest surprise was Kentucky getting fucking blown out the gym. And honestly, they should have lost the game before that. They got lucky and got that thing to overtime and won that game with a half-court shot.
With a half-court shot, and that was my bar moment where I had a group of like 8 of us sitting at the bar, and we were all locked in on that moment, and we just fucking went ape shit when that ball went in.
Dude, I'm so pissed about this because I went to the bathroom and I was pissing and I heard,
the worst timing.
I forget who they were playing in that game.
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. So I guess Santa Clara made that shot. Like the crowd went nuts. So I was like, oh, they made it. Sounds like Santa Clara is going to win. All of a sudden, I hear everyone go ape shit again. But Kentucky hits it, and obviously it was back to back, so I wasn't done pissing yet.
Worst time ever.
I come out, I walk out, and then Randy tells me what just happened, and I'm like, of course.
It's how it works. It's how it always fucking works.
Yeah, that's brutal. That game was freaking amazing.
Great.
And then you're right. Kentucky getting just blown out of the gym in the next game.
Is that
also Santa Clara's coach was Herb Sendek, and I haven't heard that name in a very long time.
Why do I know that name?
He used to be an ACC coach. He's coached multiple places, but I remember him being in the ACC. I don't remember what team it was, but he just got an identifiable look. He looks like your granddad.
He was the ACC Coach of the Year in 2004. He was coach at NC State from 96 to 06, and then Arizona State for the next 10 years after that.
Yeah, he looks like your uncle. Like he's got that uncle vibe.
Yeah, as soon as you said that name, I recognized the name. I just couldn't can't put a finger on it.
Oh, he played at Carnegie Mellon.
Smart guy.
Yeah, must be. That's
the best game I've seen.
I know they were playing Furman, but the kid from UConn in round one that put up 31 points and 27 boards.
That's nuts.
That's fucking crazy. He had 11 offensive rebounds. Same game.
The best game I've seen is that Santa Clara Kentucky game because of when Brooks is in the bathroom and his back-to-back shots.
Yeah.
But because that makes the game even better that Brooks missed it because he was taking a leak. But also the worst coached game I've seen is that Iowa-Florida game that just occurred.
I didn't watch that game. I just saw it.
I didn't watch it either.
Scenario is pretty simple. They were up by 2. It's 72-70. Few seconds left in the game. And Florida full court presses. And Iowa breaks the press. And the only thing that can beat you is a corner three specifically, because you're going to have guys when you full court press, you usually have a guy at the top of the key when you're defending your basket.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to go to the corners. And what did they do? They broke the fucking press, hit a guy in the corner, bang biscuit, see you later. Now you're home.
Has Iowa won both their games by 1 point?
I don't know.
No, they beat Clemson. They beat Clemson by 6, but it was closer than that. I think it was free throws at the end. So yeah, they did beat Florida by 1. Iowa, Nebraska. I did not expect Iowa, Nebraska. The freaking
who did?
The Plains Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't know this till just yesterday. I got a buddy who went to Nebraska, and he was talking yesterday about the hate that Nebraska and Iowa have for each other. I didn't know it was a rivalry like Ohio State, Michigan. Like he says, it's like people that are driving through Iowa will go north or south and not continue to go west to get around Nebraska.
I think it's more. I've always heard it was more like Minnesota and Iowa.
Well, I'm just telling you what my Nebraska buddy said. He went to the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, probably all of them out there, really.
That's wild.
They're all next to each other. They're all somewhere out there.
And don't sleep on Iowa, man, because Iowa's coach knows how to coach. What I didn't know until just because now obviously everyone's been dissecting that last play, talking about how gritty Iowa was. Iowa's coach is known for being the D2 national championship 4 years in a row. That's pretty damn impressive.
With who?
I forget the name of the school. It's like Northwestern State University. Like it's something very random.
Yeah.
Biggest a couple bigger Cinderella stories. Texas making it to the Sweet 16. They're going to take on Purdue. They beat BYU and Gonzaga after winning play-in game against NC State. They played 3 really good games. Texas.
I can't. I have a hard time calling them a Cinderella. They're playing the fucking SEC.
I'm not saying Cinderella, but I mean they're 11.
I agree, but they had to play in a play-in game, which is wild.
And they played 2 tough teams. I mean BYU against DeBansta, who put up 35 and 10 in that game. That's a tough game to win. Gonzaga. I know Brooks is anti-Gonzaga, but Gonzaga, that's a good team. It's a perennially good, well-coached team, and they took them down. I mean, Purdue played kind of tight with Miami. I can't imagine this. I think this Texas-Purdue game is going to end up being really close.
So back to my Kentucky when I was talking about Kentucky. Is that coach going to get fired? Because remember, everybody wanted Calipari out of there, and they were hoping that they would get this Pope guy who was like the offensive coordinator basically for their team. And I think they were all like the fan base seemed like that's who they wanted. Doesn't seem like it's been working out that. I mean, I know they had a relatively decent year, but they should not be losing that game. They were getting blown out of the gym out of that game.
They have a payroll of $11 million. People, these boosters that are putting that money in, they don't want to lose when you're dumping $11 million into a basketball program that has 12 players on the roster, 12 or 13, maybe 15 players on the roster, a couple of which are probably walk-ons. And some of those 15 players are probably walk-ons who aren't getting that money. So you're looking at guys that are getting paid. These boosters are dumping this money into the program. Kentucky's already a blue blood, no pun intended, with the colors of their school. But they don't want to be losing. Same thing goes for North Carolina. You might see Hubert Davis out of there. It's to kind of go along with what you're saying there, Brooks.
Their fans want him out. Every UNC fan I've talked to and seen talking about it, they do not want him to be the coach anymore.
If there was ever a time for Mark Few, I know Brooks, he's anti-Gonzaga. There was ever a time for Mark Few to leave Gonzaga. If Kentucky and North Carolina open up, he's my first phone call.
Well, you know who the top
both those schools should give him a blank check.
The top potential candidate in the rumor mill, if UNC does fire Hubert Davis, is a guy named Marcus Page, who was a lefty point guard for them back in the day.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember he hit that.
You might remember from hitting that shot. Yeah,
they lost in that Shevchik game to Villanova. I remember.
Yep. Yeah.
Speaking
I
of
remember
Villanova,
Chris Jenkins shot. Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll
Kevin Willard.
We'll get to Kevin Willard.
Yeah,
I think Pope's out of Kentucky, and I definitely think actually I'm going to say 60-40 Pope's out of Kentucky. I think it's like 90-10 that Davis is out of North Carolina.
By the way, you called that dude from Siena, GMAC, going to Syracuse on the podcast last week, did you not?
No.
Yep.
Yeah, and you kind of
it just made too much. It made too much sense.
Yeah,
too much sense.
St. John's, Kansas. How about that ending of that game too? Bill Self on the hot seat? I think he should be. I hate that fucking guy. I hate that.
I think he has a lifetime contract. That's not a joke.
I actually think you might be right. you might be the coach in perpetuity. I'm saying that once every podcast from now on. Duke St. John's is incredibly interesting to me.
Yeah, I
think that's going to be a fun game. That's Friday night. That's the second day. And the first day, the game I want to watch the most, it sucks, Thursday night, is 9:45 p.m. game, so I'm going to have to stay up late, is Arizona, Arkansas. And we called this in our bracket. We called Arkansas going on a little bit of a run, albeit they did have an easier way to go, I guess, through High Point. But I don't know, that High Point team was fucking frisky. And our boy Acuff just landed the first NCAA men's athlete ever to land a signature shoe with Reebok, and the first Reebok athlete to get a shoe since John Wall, who's also a March Madness kind of icon.
Shaq's just signing people, huh?
Yeah, man.
You guys ever do the John Wall?
The John Wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we did the John Wall back in the day.
And the owner of Reebok now is Shaq, right?
Him and Allen Iverson.
Is he the majority owner?
He's one. Well, I think he is one of the majority, or he's the second majority owner. Allen Iverson is not. I don't believe Allen Iverson is in the ownership, but I believe he's like the vice president or something,
spokesman or something.
Yeah, he's one of the higher guys, but I don't think he's actually in the ownership. I could be wrong about that though.
There's a documentary on Netflix. It's really good about that.
Yeah,
I haven't watched all of it. I piecemealed some of it, but what I've seen has been good.
Yeah, wow. President of basketball, Reebok. That's what Shaq is. That's crazy. And then other games, Michigan State, UConn. That's two incredibly great coaches as well. In Izzo and Hurley there. Texas, Purdue, we already kind of hit on. Michigan, Alabama. Good for Alabama. Little apologies to them. We kind of talked some shit after they lost their guy, Holloway. We didn't think they were going to be able to make that much of a run. And they kicked the shit out of Texas Tech. Beat them by 25, ran them off the gym. I think they're going to have a whole lot of trouble with this Michigan team because I think this Michigan team's they're starting to win me over. I'm starting to think they're really headed. I think they're going to win. What do you guys?
I think it's a collision. It's a collision course, Arizona, Michigan. That's what I believe.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Why do I not buy Arizona? Is it
because they always let you down? They're the San Diego. And yes, I said San Diego. They're the San Diego Chargers. Always got a lot of promise and hope, and then let you down at the end.
Yeah. And
Who's
then
sorry, Glenn.
Arizona
Sorry, Glenn.
now?
And I know Glenn's in midair right now, but sorry, Glenn.
Who's the coach at Arizona now?
Tim or
Tommy
Tom
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Tommy
Tony Lloyd, whatever. Tom Lloyd, he was the second in charge. Once again, going back to Brooksy's nemesis, Gonzaga. He was underneath Mark Few at Gonzaga.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'll say this. I don't like hate Gonzaga or Few, or I think Few's a great coach and I think he's built a great program. I just don't think that they're the years where they build up their schedule and they really they take on Duke and all the big name programs. Those are the years I feel like they do way better in the tournament when they actually have a ton of competition throughout their schedule that prepares them. Because I mean, their conference schedule it's not great.
Yeah, their conference schedule's trash. But to Brooksy, I'm not combating you, but I mean, they have to play their conference schedule. You know how basketball seasons work. They have to play their conference schedule at the back end of the season. But they do load up against the Michigan States and the Dukes in those tournaments, those Atlantis tournaments or wherever the fuck they play.
The problem is you play all those games at the beginning of the year, and then you play your conference schedule, and then you're used to playing these cupcakes for the last 2 months of the season, basically. And they're not all cupcakes. St. Mary's is good most of the time, and there's a couple other teams that are there every now and then, but it's not consistently every game, you know?
It's like the reverse of what the Patriots did. The Patriots would, they were still learning their team in the first 4 weeks of the regular season, and then they would get better as the year went on.
Yeah.
Gonzaga does the reverse because of their conference.
Yeah.
And if they win one of those games against a number 1 through 3 team, then they'll just stay ranked number 1 the rest of the year because they're not going to lose again once they get to conference play. Maybe they'll win. Maybe they'll lose one game, but
I mean, their best team was the team that went to the national title that had Jalen Suggs on it. That was a great team. And they ran into a buzzsaw in Baylor. They went undefeated the entire year, and Baylor lost one game. And they lost one game on either some kind of fluke injury, something happened. It could have been 2 undefeated teams playing each other. So that was the year they should have won. And that was a COVID year.
I was going to say. I think
it was the year after COVID.
That was the year that Baylor just ran. Yeah, it was the year after COVID because the year before I went to the COVID game when Maryland played Baylor, and Baylor just was twice as fast as us and ran us up and down the court. And then I was like, this team is way overrated. And we couldn't even keep up with them on the court. They were just so fast. And then yet next year, obviously they came out so athletic again. And like you said, won it all. So.
I'm looking at their rosters. Gonzaga's got, 6 NBA, real NBA players on this team. And Baylor's only got 2 as far as I can see, Davion Mitchell and Flagler. Yeah. Anyway,
and Gonzaga gets big recruits. Chet Holmgren was the number one overall recruit. I think Jalen Suggs also a number 1 overall recruit in terms of the national rankings, whatever. Whoever's ranking these things.
Yeah,
and Chet Holmgren and Jalen Suggs both went I believe they both went number 1 overall in the NBA, their respective NBA draft.
Holmgren went 2. Number 1 was Paolo, and then it was him. And then Jabari Smith, I believe.
Yeah, and that just goes back to what I was saying. I don't think they're a bad program. I don't think they're a bad basketball scorer or anything like that. I think they're one of the blue bloods at the point, but I just don't trust them in the tournament until they prove me otherwise. So I don't hate them by any means. I'm just never going to put my money by them.
Fair enough.
On the bottom of the bracket, Tennessee, Iowa State. I haven't watched really a ton of either of those teams.
I love Iowa State. I love what Iowa State does. They are a grinder. They're the Big 12 version of Michigan State. They just grind you.
You think they could run with Michigan if they play them in the next round?
I do. I really do because they're grinders. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Iowa did to Florida, where they were more physical. Iowa State's going to try to do that to Michigan. Will it be successful? Most likely not. But I do like Iowa State a lot.
And then the only other game we haven't talked about is Illinois Houston. I just think those teams are going to beat the shit out of each other. I think Houston plays unbelievably sound defense, and it's just swallow you whole. And Illinois has just got fucking guys who can just out athlete you and get boards all over the place. So I think that's going to be a really fun physical game to watch if you like physical basketball. That should be the game you watch. And of course, it's a 10 p.m. game. Why are we doing this?
I wanted to bring this up so bad. I don't understand. I don't
I
understand.
do not get it.
This has to be contractual obligations with these TV networks. But why the fuck are we starting games 10 p.m.? Why?
It's too late. It's so ridiculous.
I don't understand. I mean, and I can't remember what day it was. There were 2 games that started at like noon and 1, and then there were 6 games in the 5 to 9 o'clock window. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. That was so frustrating about the weekend. They play one game at a time for the first like 6 hours of the day, and then in the last 6 hours of the day, there's fucking 6 games. It's so, oh my god, I do not understand it at all.
And the one day they did it, it was a weekend. It was a Saturday or Sunday. It was not a Thursday or a Friday. So you can't blame like, okay, we want to get more eyeballs because people at work. You can't do that. So it's irritating. Like, why the fuck are we starting a game at 10:30? I mean, you're not going to. Anyway, I'll stop pontificating since you keep using perpetuity.
This just in: Scotty Scheffler has unexpectedly withdrawn from the Houston Open without reason. Don't like that. I wonder if he's just going to try to work on his game a little bit ahead of Augusta. Hopefully, he's not injured or anything like that. Couple of Texas tournaments. Oh, never mind. Okay, we've got reports. We've got new reports. It's not injury related, but the Schefflers are about to welcome their second child, so that makes sense.
Nice. Good.
That makes sense. Maybe take a week off and go get your head right, and then come back and probably dominate for the rest of the year, because that's what.
Can we pull up Rory McIlroy's Masters menu? I heard it came out, and I haven't seen it, but somebody was complaining about it. I don't remember who it was, so the story kind of sucks, but I don't know what the hell the menu says.
Oh, I don't think it's bad. There's a couple of appetizers that are maybe questionable for me, but I mean, for the most part, I'd probably eat all of this stuff. But I'm also kind of I'll pretty much eat anything unless there's cherries on it. Share screen. Here we go. Rory McIlroy menu. So for the appetizers, in case you guys can't read, I will read for you. Like the beans on toast over here from the Live Golf guy. That's funny. Peach and ricotta flatbread. I watched like a video of him describing. He said he wanted to get some sort of local something, so he did the peach and ricotta thing. Rock tempura shrimp. That's basically bang bang shrimp. Everyone loves that. Bacon wrapped dates. Never had that in my life. Don't know what that could possibly taste like, but
you've had that at a wedding, probably.
You've probably had it. Yeah, it's a salty and sweet thing. It's pretty tasty.
Grilled elk sliders. He said last year before the Masters, he was eating a ton of elk for whatever reason for his macros, or I don't know what the fuck why, but he just decided he wanted to put them on there. Yellowfin tuna. That's I'm going to fucking love that. I love all that kind of stuff. And then you got a choice between your filet mignon or your salmon with, Brussels sprouts and carrots and stuff. And sticky toffee pudding, which is something I haven't had very often, but every time I've had it, I've really liked it.
What is sticky toffee? What is that? I've never heard that term.
Kind of like a. It's
like
hard to explain. It's sort of like a bread pudding, but it's yeah. If you look at it here, I'll show you a picture of this as well.
But it sounds like bourbon bread pudding to me.
It basically is. That's just assume. Just picture that in your head. Put a scoop of ice cream, drizzle some caramel on top of it. That's basically what it is.
Okay. I just never heard it called that.
Sounds good to me. I don't know what they're complaining about.
Yeah, I don't know what the complaint was there.
Yeah, I like all that.
You got Wagyu filet on that bad boy. I mean, I'll take that all day.
I would take I would go surf and turf. I would take the salmon and the filet. And then he put together like a big wine list too, which he's a big wine guy. I saw like the cheapest bottle of wine that he picked was like an $800 bottle. So I'm sure they're going to be going through some wine.
Why?
I mean, you get I guess Augusta has like legendary cellars underneath, and you get to pick from their wine collection. And I think he has to pay for it, but he's got unlimited money, so
Yeah.
that's not a big deal. Anyway,
I think I've told this story before. So a friend of mine's wife, you know Andrew Jimmy George.
Mhm.
So Andrew Jimmy George's wife, Alex, she worked for Constellation Brands. She might still work for Constellation Brands now, for all I know. And Constellation Brands, for those of you that don't know, that are listening or ever want to know, they have a bunch of the wine companies, and so Constellation is an umbrella over all these other wine companies. So she had to go sell wine in Georgia. Now she is not a golf person whatsoever. So she's sitting around talking, and I'm not paying attention to the conversation, but I can at least like hear a little bit. And she's talking to her now husband, and she goes, "Yeah, I got to go down to Augusta, go to some place called Butler Cabin next week." And I mean, like, my neck broke. Like, what? You get to go to Butler Cabin and sell wine? Holy shit!
That's
She had
fucking
no idea
awesome.
what Magnolia Lane is. Nothing.
If only. If only. If only. I've entered that lottery so many freaking times. One day. All right, you guys have anything else? Laura said she has a friend who recreates the master menu every year. We're looking forward to this. Yeah,
That's fun. That's a fun thing to do.
That's probably awesome. It's probably a lot of work. And I don't know if you should go for the Wagyu filet. Bless you. I don't know how much that is, but I think they're expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah, I would imagine they're expensive. Never had one, I don't think. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Brooks keeps cutting in and out. He's got to go get our parents at the airport, so he's got stuff he's got to do anyway. Go ahead.
I'll say this because I know we're going to be very baseball oriented on Thursday, and rightfully so. One thing that I listened to a commentator come up with something, and he's talking about mid-major basketball. Since we're in the throes of March Madness, he could see mid-majors starting to do what they do in Premier League and all these soccer leagues, where if you have a really good team for 1 or 2 years, these big schools they come and poach your players. And these young kids, rightfully so, want to go to a Kentucky or to a Duke or to name that school.
Yeah.
He could see now where the NCAA and maybe even what they're trying to do with like all this litigation, where the school that takes on a kid. So let's use McNeese State. Its first name for some reason that came to mind. Let's say Kentucky poaches a guy from McNeese State. You then Kentucky would have to pay McNeese State a fee in order to take the player, because this is happening all the time now.
Yeah.
Now
I think
that school has money to then go get new players in NIL.
I think that would be a great idea, but then you're kind of turning it into a professional sports league, which it almost kind of is already turning into. I don't know. The NCAA is going to have to make decisions, and we know how they are at that, and we don't really know who makes the decisions for the NCAA. It just kind of fly by the seat of their pants.
Without a doubt. I just thought it was a very convenient idea. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It works in these soccer leagues, these transfer fees. I mean, if you got to pay $100,000 to then go pay another kid $1 million to come to your school and do very well, I think it at least allows almost like the luxury tax in baseball and basketball, where you have to, the money goes to the other teams. So I kind of like the idea.
Maybe the SEC or the Big Ten can fiddle around with relegation and say, hey, you're going to be in the Horizon League next year unless you win some games.
Well, then we'd be watching a lot of Horizon League games next year. The three of us.
As Maryland fans, we certainly would be. I always thought this thing made decisions for the NCAA. You can't send pictures on here. There you go. Good job, Nick. Good job. You did.
Well done, Nick.
All right, yeah. Let's wrap up, guys. We are going to come to you live on Thursday. We're going to do our big baseball season preview. We'll talk about division winners, potential MVPs, potential breakout players, all kinds of that kind of stuff.
Let's do the same thing we did last year.
Yep.
Same rookies of the year. I don't know enough of the rookies, but we don't know enough of the rookies.
We can make a guess if you want, but that's not as important. Coach of the year, same thing. But MVP, Cy Youngs, that kind of stuff. That's fun. And then who do we think is going to go into the World Series? Brooks, you were having all kinds of trouble, so Thank
He's at
you
an
once
airport.
again for joining. He's going to pick our parents up from the airport right
he's doing
now.
his thing.
He's doing his
He's
best.
doing his thing.
Once again, guys, we appreciate you, and we will see you Thursday. And let's get some Orioles magic going earlier in the year, baby.
Woo! It's baseball season, baby.
I wish we could send this podcast off with Orioles magic, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that.
I don't think
Anyway,
so either. And
thank
that is
you
a
very
terrible
much.
song. Terrible song. But God, I
shut
love
up.
it.
It's a great song.
I love
All
it.
right. Thank you guys very much. We love you, and we will see
Love
you
you.
next time on the Gary
you,
Williams on My
boys.
Lawn Furniture Show.
Woo!
Do the John Wall. John Wall. John Wall. We did it.